A couple minutes late, a little technical difficulty. I don't know if it's happening for you, but where I live, it's a little windy, it's a little wintry. Had a real feel of 12 below this morning. I know for some of you may not be that big a deal. Some of you made that maybe the sign of the apocalypse, like the frozen apocalypse. Anyways, good morning. Glad you're here. Happy to be with you. Excited to share a little bit today. This week, I've been sharing lessons learned from John Maxwell. John C. Maxwell, he turned 76 on Monday. Great friend, mentor of mine that I've learned a lot from. And as a spotlight this week, just thinking back some of the lessons that I've learned from John, I decided to kind of do this series and share some of the lessons. The lesson that I'm going to share today is about learning. I've had the opportunity to sit down at meals, sit down at tables, have discussions, be involved in different, activities such as that right there, that baton that I got from John when he launched Change Your World. I happened to be in the room when they were trying to put together, how do we share and launch this book? Super exciting exposure into that. And in that room, just like many other rooms or sitting down at tables where there's conversation. It's why I enjoy the round table concept so much. Round table being that everyone has a seat at the table. When it's round, your direct view is equal to everyone. It's not, sometimes long rectangular table. I remember being at a long rectangular table and you really only got to have interaction with the two people this side of you, maybe just beyond them. And if there was no tablescape, that big design stuff in the middle, you might be able to see just across and have a conversation with that person, but it's pretty limiting. Think about those long rectangular tables. It's hard to have discussions. Now, at a round table where it's round, think of, go to a seminar, an event, and there's tables of 8 people, right? And you interact across the table with everyone equally. Now, when you're in those situations, as I learned from John, is if everyone's sharing just a little bit, someone sit back and listen and ponder. But as everyone's sharing, learning happens in layers. And that's my thought of the day today. And I want to share with you, learning happens in layers. How does that happen? Well, if I share a little bit, and you from that either have a thought, an idea, an experience, and you share a little bit more, I may think, wow, all right, I didn't see that perspective, or that reaffirms, confirms what I had learned. Well, then somebody else, a third person shares a little bit, and a fourth person, a fifth person, sixth. And all of a sudden, everything that's been discussed is way beyond what that first person shared. Now, even John is great about this. You'll be at a table and he always comes with questions. Now you can have prompts, you can have little cards that you think about that. He's done that at tables that I've sat at, or to think about that for yourself as you put a little prompt at the table. That's the question to ask. And as everyone shares, the learning goes up more and more and more. And that's what John does, to share, to have those experiences of learning no matter where you are. If you're around people and in conversation, you have the opportunity to grow and learn. See, learning happens in layers. You just start layering it. It's like building a brick wall. You put one brick above the next brick, you put one course down, then you put the next course down, and then the next course, and it just keeps going on in layers. Eventually, the wall is so high, you're not really sure how it got there. But those layers just intertwine and they combine and they create rigidity. They create structure. When learning happens in layers, when it comes from other perspectives, other viewpoints, other materials, it's stronger. At the same point, it's way more fun. It's fun to learn in layers. It's fun to learn with other people. It's fun to share those experiences. In my experience, in my time with John, my visits with him, that's where transformation happens. That's where I believe having a roundtable type situation is where the best learning comes. You can't put together a curriculum that is as valuable as sitting around a table and learning in layers with people. Hope you got value today. See you next time. Can't wait to share the lesson tomorrow. Thanks for being here. If you missed any of the others, you can go either to wherever the platform you're watching, or they're always on YouTube. Go back, stroll back. Glad to have you. And if you go to YouTube, subscribe. Get alerted to all the videos that I share, whether it's podcast, whether it's this coffee chat thought of the day, or it's some other opportunity to learn. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for being